What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining the Telly broadcast. So, in today's video, as you can see, it's a little different. I'm in a little bit of a different setup. I know it's gonna be a little late in the video, but that's just because I've been traveling a little bit. I'm coming back home. As you can see, the setup is different. But we'll go really into the picks, what you care about. So obviously we're looking at we're recording right now. If you look at the bottom right screen, it's 6:55. So the game's about to start for the Chargers, but we've already made our picks for that. As you can see, we're gonna go over the picks we made for last week though. And your boy Fade God was not a Fade God. I went from not getting a single mortal lock in 3 weeks to going 3-0. And honestly, some of the losses I had, like the Detroit pick was a clown. That was a clown move on me, but I was just like, let me just be fun. And that was dumb. Pittsburgh, they almost came back, but Chase Claypool.
You didn't deserve that though.
I didn't deserve it, but I lost outright on that. And then Arizona losing, I just was wrong on the wrong side of that. There's nothing I can do about it. But my other 3 mortal locks, like Chargers, I knew was a mortal lock. I knew the Giants were gonna get blown out by that. Tampa Bay, I got real lucky on, especially when they went to OT and they had the walk-off touchdown instead of a field goal. And Tennessee, I feel good about that. And I don't know, as you see, the Jaguars have just fired Urban Meyer. I don't know if you want to go into that real quick. That is something really interesting. I know he's had a lot of scandals over the year, but I don't even think it's only because they're losing. I think it has more to do with the fact that he kicked his kicker, Josh Lambo, in a pregame workout or something like that. I think it has more to do with that story than it does the fact that they're losing, that they suck.
Right. I think if you're winning and you pull a stunt like that and you're like what he said, like, I'm the head effing ball coach here, like I tell you what to do. Like, right. If you're like 10-2, that looks really good.
Yeah.
Not when you suck. So I think it's like kind of a little bit of both. And also, like, he's had multiple scandals in the not even year that he's been here, and you're not winning. So I think it's almost like I kind of saw this coming. I think it's a little more interesting to see now, like, where he ends up college-wise.
I don't know. I don't even know if he ends up with a college job.
You're out of your mind.
He's such a clown.
You're out of your mind. He's like the best recruiter of all time.
He's a clown, though. He's totally embarrassed himself this entire year.
Yeah, but some schools don't care about that. Like, he goes to Miami or like a USC, just like,
if he goes back to Florida too, like, they don't care. Yeah, that's
right.
Fair. That's fair.
No one cares then.
He could technically go back to Florida. I think the Florida coach is either on the hot seat or they fired him already. I'm not totally sure, but
Notre Dame though.
We already got our boy, Marcus Freeman, my guy.
Has he been named head coach?
Yeah, they worded it like really weirdly, but yeah, he is the head coach.
No, I know he's took over like for Brian Kelly, but like, is he next year's head coach?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I believe so. But that was the thing. Like they like when the guy that went to USC, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but when he went to USC, he got everyone said like his contract. They're like, yo, here's his contract. It's like 10 years at 100 something million. Same thing with Brian Kelly. Like when he got his contract from LSU, it's like, here's his contract, this many years for that many money. When Marcus Freeman got his contract, they didn't release it. So I was kind of thinking, I was like, so is he just the head coach for this bowl game, or is he? But no, I'm like 99 because they've been posting their Instagram like, welcome to your new head coach, and they've done all these things and announced him and stuff like that. So he's like a basketball like halftime thing. Like I'm pretty sure he's our guy. I like him. I'm all in.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the picks I got wrong here. There's 2 or 3 that stick out as like, come on, like that's a bad beat. Buffalo +3. Like, you have an underdog and they get to overtime and lose by 6. Like, that obviously hurts right there, Cleveland -2.5.
Yeah.
They won by 2. And that was a mortal lock. And it was locked up. It was just the garbage time.
Yeah.
That got me. And then Chicago +12. Like, I had a little bit of faith in Chicago's offense, and they actually pulled through. It was just the defense that didn't. Gave up 45 points, and we missed by a field goal. But that's all right. A couple bad beats there. A couple games I was just straight up wrong on with like Vegas and Carolina. But not a bad week overall. You had a great week, though, and I don't think there's anything that you really feel like disenfranchised with.
Yeah, the only thing I got lucky. Like, obviously, I got lucky. I feel like I got lucky with Tampa Bay, and I got extremely lucky with Baltimore.
Yeah, big time.
And
Chiefs are on the other side of me there.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say I got lucky with some of those, but
make your own luck.
It is luck. That's why it's called gambling, and we're all in. So I'm all in. But I'm excited for this week. And let's start off. We'll go over the records real quick. So Liam still has the lead. He can shoot for his 500 goal. He's almost there. I'm sitting at my 90. I think I said like 45%. I'm sitting at 45%, which is around where I wanted. Horrendous on the mortal lock. So for me, and probably for Liam too, I would assume you'd want to do better as well. I've done horrendous in mortal locks. But yeah, as we can see, let's get into the first game, which starts in about an hour and a half, and that is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. And I'm going Los Angeles Chargers here, plus 3.5 just to start it. Reasoning is because Bookie with Trent is going Chiefs at minus 3.5. So I'm going to fade that guy. He is the bona fide fade guy. Liam, I know you like the Chargers as well, but why do you like them?
Yeah, I texted you yesterday, and I was like, I'm all over the Chargers here. I really just think that this is almost a perfect spot for them, right? Like they got to play the Giants last week.
Yep.
It was probably a little bit of a look-ahead spot. Herbert's playing great, but the real reason I love this is because everybody is all over the Chiefs right now.
Yep.
They're playing so well. The defense is playing well. I don't think the defense is as good as they're playing. Also, Chris Jones will not be playing tonight.
Oh.
Which I think makes a pretty big difference. Because that Chargers O-line is not great. They have Slater, who does his job, and Lindsley, Slater and Lindsley are both like very good. They do more than do their job. I don't mean to discredit them. But without Chris Jones, I think that Frank Clark has trouble getting to the passer on his own. And I just think like the Chargers, this is almost a perfect spot for them. Because I think the same amount of people would have taken the Chiefs, right, if they had this line at 5.5.
Yeah.
Same amount of people are taking the Chiefs. So I think they just want you to take the Chiefs. So I am all over the Chargers here. I love the Chargers. And I'm not going to say yet, but they're in contention for a little mortar lock.
Money. I like that. I also like this over here at 51, but I was looking at another sports book and it is not at that, which stinks. I would have taken it at 51, but I don't like where it's at now. But yeah, this over 51 is pretty. You don't like the over at 51?
I was saying, what did you see it at?
54.
Oof.
Yeah, it just feels weird.
That feels like a hard under, though.
Yeah, like you're just sitting.
It's in division on Thursday night. Like we've had low-scoring Thursday night games all year.
I guess, but I just don't want to sit there and like sweat it out. So,
and you also don't want to bet under against Herbert and Mahomes.
Yes.
Right. Like,
yeah. But then also like you have to sit there and be like, you need 8 touchdowns. Like, I don't feel great about that.
Yeah, I would probably lean under if it's 54, maybe even at 51, but 54 definitely.
Yeah.
All
right. On to the next game. We have the Raiders against the Browns. And I'm kind of confused about this because
this is not the right line. Can we use like an updated line? I'll just get the line real quick. It's Cleveland's plus 3.5.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so we'll go Cleveland at plus 3.5. Yeah, I'm still gonna go Raiders there because isn't like 18. I saw a number. I think 18 players on their team have COVID.
Not a lot of them are starters, but yes.
That's still tough.
Right. And Baker and Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Have COVID. So Case Keenum, I thought Case Keenum was going to play, in which case I was going to take the Browns. But Case Keenum just tested positive a few hours ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers. You said 3.5?
Minus 3.5 of the Chargers. They're favored by 3.5.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the Raiders. I'm going to go minus 3.5 Raiders. I agree with you. I don't see this being. This is not a great game, although this threw me off that it's on Saturday. Pretty cool. I like that. Well, Saturday football. But it's going to be probably an ugly game, especially how many people are out due to COVID. So I'm going to go Raiders at minus 3.5.
The only thing I'm scared of is just the Nick Chubb game here. That's really it.
Yeah.
Like, let's see who's playing quarterback. Like, Nick
Mullins.
Yeah, okay. Give me the Raiders. That guy's hot garbage. Yeah, the Browns don't have enough. Actually, let me just check the percentage of bets real quick. That's how I'm gonna make this pick. This is going to be the coin flip game of the week. Screw it.
I was gonna say I feel like a lot of percentages, especially now, we're gonna be on the Raiders.
It's only 53, but it doesn't tell you like when the bets were made.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, this next spread I'm looking at too. I'm very excited.
I'm about to flip my coin.
Let's see it.
Heads will be the Browns. We got the Ravens. All right.
I think it's a good pick. I think the coin. I think the coin is right in my opinion.
It's not been my boy, but let's see if things change.
Fair enough. We'll go on the next game though. Patriots at the Colts. And is anyone else surprised about this line?
Yeah, I think I don't know.
It screams a rat line. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fall for the trap. I'm gonna get my cheese. I'm going Patriots here. I'm +2. I feel like that's a ridiculous. I think New England is like one of the best teams in the league. I think they're getting a little disrespected here. I think they're one of the best teams in the league, and I don't think the Colts are that good to be favorited. I know they're home, but no. I'm gonna go Patriots here +2.
I'll take the Colts. Yeah, I think it's a rat line. It opened, I believe, around a pick. I think it might have been like a half point either way.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the sharps came in and hammered Indianapolis. So if the sharps are with Indianapolis, like, why am I not? Basically, like when we were talking about, like, the Bills aren't built to beat the Patriots, and then teams like, all right, well, who in the AFC is? Because Bills aren't, then the Chiefs aren't, then the Chargers aren't. Who is? And it's the Colts. And that's what people are saying, that the Colts are built to beat the Patriots. They are built exactly the same as the Patriots. They have more talent, but they don't have Bill Belichick. Both of these teams coming off a bye, I believe. So I hate to bet against Belichick off a bye, especially when he's getting points. But I'm just going to roll with the sharps and take the Colts here.
Let's go sharps, I guess, for you.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to the next game. We have the Carolina Panthers at the Buffalo Bills. And that's an awfully big spread, and I'm going to take it. I feel a little bit like a square for this, but Carolina's just dog shit. They are a bad, bad football team. How bad did they lose to Atlanta?
By like 8 or something?
Yeah, they're bad. They're really bad. I'm going to go Bills here at -10.5. Bills need a big confidence win after that, after losing such a hard-crushing loss to the whatchamacallits, Tampa Bay. So I'm going to go Bills at -10.5.
80% of the bets are on the Buffalo Bills, but I do not care in the slightest. I will be taking the Buffalo Bills. Pat, all year, the only thing that we've been good at is betting the Bills with big spreads.
Yep.
We just take them, and they cover.
And they do. I agree with you. I like this game a lot. I'm excited for this game. The fact that it blows is what I'm saying. It's a bad game, but I'm excited about it. Okay, we'll go on to, wow, this is a bad game as well. Welcome to Squareville. We're going to be Mr. Square Boy today. Cardinals -13.5. Let's do it. Don't have anything really to say about this. Just the Lions are really bad and the Cardinals are really good. It's a big spread though. The other guys get paid to play, but fuck it, I guess.
I'm on the Cardinals too.
All right. I don't feel great
squaring up. These bets are at like 50-50 at the moment.
Yeah.
I think people are just a little low on the Cardinals after their loss last week. Cardinals are a good team. The Lions are a shitty team. Like, that's really all that it boils down to. And also, like, I think the Cardinals team might be a little angry after their loss last week to the Rams. So maybe they come out and they try to put a whooping on somebody, and they're going to need to cover this number. So let's hope it happens.
I agree. Maybe they want a little can of whoop ass. Okay, now we're going to our game. Another big spread and another probably lock. We're gonna go Dallas Cowboys at -10.5. We are so bad. We are impressively bad, especially now that we do not have whatchamacallit either. We don't have Mike Glennon. Like, we are really, really, really a bad football. Or we don't have we have Mike Glennon as our starting quarterback. We're just a bad football team with nothing, just nothing. And I think the Cowboys are probably better than the Chargers, and the Chargers murdered us. So I'm gonna go Cowboys here at -10.5, and I feel totally okay about it. So
I want them, G-men, man.
no, you don't.
I want them. Give them to me. Yeah, I just like the Giants in this spot because I think it's too many points. Like, we're division rivals. If you can get up for one game as a Giants player, this is what it is. The cornerback room for us is decimated, but Dak is playing poorly. McKinney is going to play. Just came out that McKinney is going to play. Yeah, I mean, like, we put things together sometimes. Like, please let it be this week, because man, do I hate the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Giants get up for the game. There's no shot we win. I think we lose by 9 or 10, but not 10.5.
Okay, that's fine. I think we get decimated, and that's all right. I do. I
Yeah,
don't
we
even.
suck, but like, we have pride.
But how do you get up when you have Glennon when you have that massive neck? This is your
Jake
starting
Fromm's
point.
going to play this. He's going to play in this game. He might not start, but he's going to play in this game.
I just like if you're the Giants, why not? And then
I agree.
apparently Joe Judge's job is secured. Joe, why not? Like, well,
Give the fans a bone too. Like, we want something to be excited about.
we have nothing. We don't. We
And
don't.
Saquon has been comparing Micah Parsons to LT in interviews.
Yeah, it's like Saquon. That's kind of sacrilegious, dude.
And this guy I follow, he's like a Giants guy, Nicky Snacks. I got to read you the tweet. It's right here. This is bad podcasting, but that's okay. Yeah, he said, so the article title was Saquon Barkley compares Penn State pal Micah Parsons to Lawrence Taylor. And Nicky Snack said, get this guy off my team right now at Saquon. If you weren't even born when LT was playing, what the fuck would you know? LT is the New York Giants. You are nothing but a failed experiment. Please ask to be traded. Heard the Giants could use a new washing machine at the facility.
Okay, Nick. I love it though. I love the energy. And it does suck for me because I have his jersey and now my girlfriend just bought me Daniel Jones's jersey. And that was a weird little like I was very thankful because I know how expensive they are and I was very thoughtful that she got it for me. But I looked at it and I was like, this might not be valid for the next year.
It'll be like a cute little throwback though, because you were Danny's boy.
That's kind of what I said to her. I said, you know what? Like, yes, is he probably gonna be off the team in a year or two? Yeah, most likely. Yeah, but you know what? He was my boy. He was my boy and he was my meme. And it's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny. When people see that, they're gonna be like, you know what? When people see that jersey, they're gonna be like, damn, you were there. You were there through some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You went through some stuff.
All right.
I appreciate that. We'll go on to another NFC East team. Oh, sorry about that. Another NFC East team with the Washington football team against Philadelphia. And the Sharps are already big on Philadelphia. Guess what? Fuck you, Sharps. Never taking Philadelphia. I will never pick Philadelphia out of a man of principle. Don't think it's a great pick, but I will not do it. Washington football team +5.
I will take the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm just going to tell you guys now, this is a mortal lock. I think the Eagles are going to win this game by a touchdown. And yeah, I have nothing really else to say. The Washington football team is not good. They won a few games and everyone's high on them. And I'm not sure everyone's completely out on them, but I did see that the Sharps came in big early and bet up the Eagles. So I will ride with the Sharps again. Those people make money doing this, and I would love to.
It would be cool. It would be fun. Yeah, I'm doing this out of principle, not out of – this is a heart pick, not a brain pick. That's what I like to say. Over, under, love it, though, as an NFC East kind of man. All right, now we'll go to the AFC East, a little rivalry.
Wait, do you like the over or the under?
I don't care. I think it's funny. That's at 43.5. I would say probably over. I think that's
okay.
We'll go with the AFC East here. We have the New York Jets at Miami Dolphins. And I'm gonna go Miami. Miami's been a little bit of a hot streak, and the Jets are not. The Jets are really bad. I'm gonna go Miami here at -8.5.
I'm gonna bet the Jets. I think I've been betting the Jets like every week. So I might just keep the trend going just for the vibes. Also, if I just keep betting them and they just continue to lose, that's also fine with me. I hate the Jets. Yeah, I just think both of these teams aren't that good and they're in division and it'll be close. I definitely think Miami will win, but I think the Jets can cover this number. So I'll take the Jets.
I think it's a good reason to be totally honest with you. Like, I could see that. I think you're right. Like, both these teams are pretty shitty. And I think both of them would be like, oh, let's play, let's have fun. Let's get up for like our rival. So I could see that.
Right. And Miami's not a team that's going to blow the doors off anybody,
No. So yeah, I think you're probably right there. But we'll go on to the next game. A little bit more of an interesting game. It's the Tennessee Titans at the Pittsburgh Steelers. My buddy Ryan is going to this game, right? this weekend, so you should be enjoying that. But in all fairness, I'm gonna go Titans here. Titans at -2. I like the Titans. I think they're a good team. And I just think the Steelers are kind of broken. They're weird. They have a weird lot. Like Chase Claypool, yes, he's a Notre Dame boy. He is destroying that locker room. He is making that locker room weird. So I'm gonna go with Tennessee -2 here.
I like the Steelers.
Yeah.
I think they're playing decent. Like, although they played poorly against the Vikings, they got some momentum in that second half, and they need a win really bad. And the Titans don't at all. The Titans aren't very healthy, so I think they're going to kind of spend these next few weeks trying to get healthy before the playoffs. Because, I mean, like, they're definitely in the playoffs, and I don't know if they're really fighting for much. So I will take the Titans. The Steelers, because they have more to play for, and they have Mike Tomlin, and they got some playmakers on that defense. Yeah, the Titans without Derrick Henry don't scare me nearly as much. AJ Brown's not going to play. Julio might be back. I believe Julio's back, but I still just like the Steelers here. Yeah.
Not a bad pick. What about TJ Watt? I don't know if TJ Watt is totally healthy or is going to be back for this game.
I think he's playing.
Really?
Let me look.
Yeah, because that is something that's going to be a big deal because he does bring so much pressure onto that defense. So, I mean, obviously I'm not going to change my pick. My pick is final, but I would start sweating more about the pick. And the fact that
TJ Watt practiced in full today.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm going to start sweating over this pick because I don't like it that much. But we'll go on to the next one, see, and I'm going to totally – now hear me out now. I'm Jacksonville, boy. I'm Jacksonville -3 here.
I'm on it too.
I think the team riles. I think the team rallies. I think they get an interim. I don't know what the interim – who's the interim coach? We got to figure out who this interim coach is. And
what does he look like?
Yeah, if he's a big man with like some anger, then I'm all over him. But we'll look at this right now. Interim head.
Yeah. It's Daryl Bevell, bro.
Who's that?
You know Daryl Bevell.
Do I?
He's Lions. He's ex-Lions boy.
Oh. He's not as cool now.
I still want
I'm still going to do it.
Jacksonville Jaguars because I think they want to win. I don't think the Texans want to win at all. And that's it.
I kind of agree with you. I think Jacksonville's going to – I think they want to come out and be like, you know what? We're not the problem. Trevor's not the problem. It's that fucking moron of a head coach that got hired here. I'm going to go Jacksonville at -3, and I'm kind of excited about it. We'll go on to the next game because that is a shitty game. It's two of the worst teams in the league.
You won't see me watching that game.
I will not be watching that game either. And nor will Red Zone. I bet Red Zone won't watch that game either. But we'll go on to the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Broncos. And I'm going to take Cincinnati here at +1.5. I like Cincinnati. I know they're kind of hard to sort of predict and figure out when they're going to have a good week and when they're not going to have a good week. But I think Cincinnati is a very good team. The only thing I have to be worried about is I know Denver has a very good defense, so that's always tough. But yeah, I'm going to go Cincinnati here at +1.5. I do not think the defense of the Broncos is very good. So yeah, I'm going to go Cincinnati +1.5.
Could you explain the line to me here? Why am I not taking the Bengals?
I don't know.
Okay, then I am.
COVID?
Who has it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the Bengals.
That's just kind of hard for this week too. I feel like there's a lot of guys that have COVID at the moment, so you do not know who is healthy and who is not playing. So I'm very also confused as well. It's like, who is he? Is this guy playing? Is that guy playing? Is that guy playing? So
this line makes no sense. So yeah, I'll take the Broncos. I guess I just don't know like what is really going on there, but like whatever.
I'm in. But we'll go to the next game of another shitty 4:00 game. We're going to go San Francisco 49ers at Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta is not good. They are not good, and it's a home game for San Francisco, and I believe San Francisco probably needs a win. And this is a game that they could definitely afford. What is San Francisco's record?
I think they're like 6-7, maybe.
San Francisco right now is 7-6. So they need a win, and this is a win. This is a game you could easily win for them. Because right after this, San Francisco they have a tough end. They have the Titans, and the Texans are bad, and the Rams. So you have to beat you have to beat the Texans and the Falcons. And so I'm going to go 49ers here at -8.5.
Huh. I don't know. I feel like the 49ers do just beat up on bad teams.
That's
So
what
I'm kind of in on that. And we know that like the Falcons are elite at like playing bad teams. Yeah, give me the 49ers here. I think they can run the ball on whoever the hell they want. The Falcons do not have the personnel to stop it, and they really don't have many weapons to try to keep up. I don't have a lot of faith in them, and I think the 49ers curb stomp them here. Yep.
Agreed. And now we're going to this next game, and I do not know what to do with this next game. If I'm being totally honest, this is a weird game for me. Seattle versus the Rams. My first gut pick was like pick Seattle. They're not that bad, but they are also not that good. And the Rams are starting to look better. And I've been a square all week, so I think I'm going to continue to be a square. I'm going to go Los Angeles Rams against Seattle to cover. I'm going to go Rams to cover. Sorry.
You could hit me with Seattle here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be square boy. 83% of the bets are on the Rams.
I hate that.
So I'm just going to roll with Seattle. Like, that's really my only thought process for the pick. They have some good players. Like, they have talent. Like, I think they can keep up. The Rams are coming off the high of beating someone in division. Maybe this is a little bit of a letdown spot. I'm sure the Rams win, but I'm not sure they cover. So, yeah, it's in division too. Like, never underestimate that fact. And that's about it, yeah.
Okay, we'll go on to this next game. This next game would be a lot better if I just did some research. Lamar Jackson has not practiced yet, and it's Thursday. So I don't like Lamar to play. If he does, he's going to be banged up. So I'm going to go with Green Bay here at -5.5.
I am on Green Bay as well. The Ravens are not playing well. Do you know what team is playing really, really, really well right now? That would be the Packers. I'm just going to take the Packers. Maybe the books are I really don't know what the thought process is here for anybody to take the Ravens, which is the only thing that concerns me. But yeah, I'm on the Packers here, and it's short list for Super Lock.
Yeah, I agree with you. Honestly, I might be. I won't do it because I out of respect. Because I think I also have my other Super Locks that are more for like fun. But yeah, I really honestly don't see this game being that close. So yeah, I'm gonna go Green Bay -5.5. Also look to go Devontae Adams, whatever his yard number is, over because they do not have corners. So that's tough.
Yep.
Now we'll go on to the New Orleans Titans the New Orleans Saints against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Sunday night football game. And you call me crazy, New Orleans Saints +11. I'm gonna go with them.
Why would I call you crazy?
I don't know. It's a big number. The only thing I'm thinking, I was like, oh, Kamara's going to run down their throat, but they have Vita Vea. He's back. But again, it's a big number, division rivalry. And the last time they played, they flat out beat them with, I think, Trevor Siemian, right? I don't think Jameis was healthy then.
It was Taysom.
So I'm still, I like the Saints here at +11. Sunday night game, prime time. Let's go.
People are all over the Saints. They're betting this down, and because of that, I will take the Bucs. People think that the Saints have the Bucs number, but I think the Bucs are just gonna. Like it's like last year in the playoffs. Like, oh, the Saints always have the Bucs number. Like the Saints are gonna beat the Bucs. Turns out it's Tom Brady, so they don't. I think people are kind of riding that same narrative here, and Tom Brady still plays for the Buccaneers. The Saints are not a good football team, and the Buccaneers are a good football team. I think they try to send a message here, and they definitely take care of business. Basically, the reason I'm making this pick is because the number is moving towards the Saints and people are betting up the Saints. So I'll just take the Bucs and fade everybody.
Fair enough. Another game that we'll go into next is the Monday Night Football game. I do not know why the NFL doesn't like us because I do not understand why they want us to keep seeing the Bears. The Bears are bad, people. The Bears are bad, and the Vikings aren't, and they kind of have something to play for because they're like legitimately kind of in the playoff race. So I'm going to go Vikings here at -3.5. They beat up a much better team in the Pittsburgh Steelers. They beat them up for a while. Yes, they let them come back. Yes, they did.
And then Kirk Cousins did second half Kirk Cousins things.
Yeah, they did beat them up. At first they beat them up, and then they did let them come back. Yes, I agree. But the Vikings are overall a better team than the Bears. So I'm going to go Vikings at -3.5.
I'm also on Vikings minus 3.5. I think I got a Vikings pick for the first time this year right last week. So yeah, I guess they're my boys now. I'm gonna take the Vikings. I just think they're a much better team than the Bears, and the Bears really don't have much to play for. Also, we're hoping that the Bears lose for that Giants pick in the first round.
Yeah, it's also very true.
Yeah, we have not a lot to cheer for, but that's one of them. But yeah, I just think the Vikings are a better team and they're going to win. And with the spread this small, I'm just going to take the team that I think is going to win.
Agreed. And yeah, it is very sad. As a Giants fan, we legitimately only have to root for off-season things. And that's been like that for a while now. So you can't win.
Yep.
Never can win. But we'll go into our mortal locks. Do you want to do one at a time, or do you want to do I'll just do my 3, you do your 3?
We go one at a time. I can start.
Okay, give me your mortal lock, your first one.
I'm going to lock up those Packers, man.
Fair enough.
Minus 5.5 against the Ravens. We don't know if Lamar is playing, and I just think the Packers are a really good team.
I agree with you. I did not want to double lock that. That's why I did not lock it out of respect. It's all about respect, Jersey Jerry. But yeah, I think that's the best move right there. I like that pick a lot. My first lock, I'm gonna go New England at +2. You do not agree with me, but I again think New England is just an overall better team. So yeah, I think this is actually an easy pick.
Okay, that's fair. My second lock is going to be tonight, man. The Chargers. Locking up the Chargers against the Chiefs. Locking against the Chiefs doesn't feel great, but big boys make big decisions, and this is one of them.
I've actually just decided to change my New England pick. I'm going to do Cincinnati lock. I'm going Cincinnati lock. So I've already had my Cincinnati lock. That's one of them. And then my second one, I'm going to do the boys are going to rally for Bevels. I'm going to go Jacksonville Jaguars. Urban Meyer, fuck them. They want to prove that Urban Meyer was the problem, not them. Jacksonville -3.
I like that. I'm just going to lock against you. Or I guess I'm not doing it anymore, but I'll take Indianapolis.
Oh, fair enough. All right.
If I'm locking against the Chiefs, I might as well lock against Belichick.
Going crazy. So that is your 3 locks. Do you want to take out your Philly lock? Because you did have a Philly lock.
Ooh, yeah. No, I'll keep the Philly lock and get rid of the Indy lock. That's a good point. You make sense.
All right, perfect. Money. All right, so yeah, that is the 3 locks for you. My final lock, hate to do it, Dallas -10.5.
Come on, man.
I hate to do it, but I'm going to do it. We are going to get diddled, and it will not be close. So Dallas -10.5, and that is my mortal
lock. Are you
lock.
just going to keep mortal locking against the Giants?
Yeah, because it's successful.
Spreads every week?
We've been getting curb stomped. So with Mike Glennon especially. If Danny was playing, I wouldn't, but Danny's not. So I think this makes sense. Yeah. But
right, fair enough.
Yeah, that is really it. Guys, I hope you guys enjoy tonight's football game. A lot of good football this week. There is a couple good games, actually.
Saturday games are pretty good.
Yeah, the Saturday games are really good. I think the Saturday game would have been the early Saturday game would have been a lot better if half the Browns team didn't get COVID. So that is going to a little bit misfortunate. But I think the Saturday night game, the New England Patriots at the Indianapolis Colts, I think that's a pretty good game. So yeah, I think that's a good game. I also think the Cincinnati game is pretty good. What else do I like? I think Tennessee's a pretty good game. The Rams is a pretty good game. Division rivalry. So there's a couple of divisional games. So yeah, I think we have a couple of good games on our hands here. So I'm excited to watch. But yeah, I don't know if you have anything to say before we head out.
No, definitely. Should be a good weekend of football, and good luck to everybody.
Yeah, everyone. I appreciate everyone for listening, and peace, guys.